session for the evening, 5 super startups pitching live for the very first time. I invite Shruti Mishra, assistant editor and CTV 18 on stage to take you over the format for this ultimate battlefield. Professional with over 11 years of experience in the broadcast space, currently associate of One English Business News Channel, CNBC TV 18. So, Shruti, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Shreya. You've been doing a fabulous day, all day round. Huge round of applause for Shreya, ladies and gentlemen, please. So NASSCOM has saved the best for the last, and ladies and gentlemen, session, the ultimate battlefield. Just to give you a quick background before we start with the startup pitches, this is the first time the startup pitch is taking place at the NASSCOM Technology and Leadership Forum. NASSCOM received over 1,000 applications, and it brought down it to the funding criteria. The criteria for selection, of course, was that it had to be an early, no prior funding received. The idea had to be innovative, disruptive, and of the core team. The final 5 who will be pitching today have been selected. They've been selected by 3 review committees. Let's now invite our esteemed investors, the men who are going to make the funding proposals today. In particular order, ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause for our investors. Arihant Patni, Managing Director at Patni Family Office. Nerotra, co-founder and CEO at Dine Out and an early stage investor. Vivek Saxena, partner Equanimity and co-founder DigiCitai, an early stage investor. And last but not the least, Sanjay Mehta, founder and partner at 100x.vc. Welcome. So let's quickly talk about each startup gets 4 minutes to pitch. After that, it will be followed by a 3-minute Q&A investors. Due to limitation of time, I will not be able to take any follow-up question per investor. Now, post the Q&A, investors will indicate whether to participate in that round, starting with the given valuation. In case of the value, we'll talk about that. You can give a thumbs up or a thumbs down sign, and then you can later take it out with the startup. Now, startups, remember, you have to give all the due diligence to your investor within 15 days. Announcement, members in the audience can also participate. I will not give you the luxury to question our startups, but in case you're interested after the investor Q&A round, you can stand up, raise your hand, and someone from the NASSCOM team will take down your details you with the startup later. So without further ado, let's start the pitches. Find out which startups walk away with the moolah. Ladies and gentlemen, our Wing Labs Technologies is solving the problem of waste segregation and robotics by partnering with leading waste management companies in India. The company is 10 crore rupees and their funding ask is 40 lakhs. So please welcome on stage Sabra, Vaibhav Pandey, and Vikrant Saxena. Huge round of applause for our first startup. उसमें आप उनको बोल हाँ राइट इन्वेस्टर्स चेंज करना है ठीक है हेलो परफेक्ट दिस इज ऑडिबल इट्स वर्किंग so myself Vikrant from Wing Labs. So after eating chips from this packet, I just throw it in the dustbin. From there, it goes to the government companies. But this product right here is a recyclable. Recovered. Is there any system to track it down the supply chain where it? Unfortunately, the answer is no. Although some form of waste segregation company, but it's very, very inefficient and mostly it's manual driven. There is a global push to sustainability. We all know we are living in this era. So the companies are moving towards a circle. So these companies want to recover this waste. This recycles back from their waste and re-include in their supply chain so that they can create a sustainable impact in the supply chain. Last year,
63 million tons of waste. So that is equivalent to 50,000 Boeing 747. And out of that, 30%. So that is the scale that we are targeting. So it's creating an artificial intelligence-based waste segregation system that is robotically powered. So all the AI-generated data for the brands will be companies, FMCGs, to reinforce their sustainability targets when they'll get all the data that how much of the plastics went into the market fully recovered. Market. So India's waste management market is $13.6 billion, and the waste segregation market is $100 million. The global pledge to create a circular economy is $1 billion, and the domestic companies have $140 million. If the company even captures 10% of that, it has a market share of at least $20 million. So how we intend to make money from this, we'll tell you.
Thanks, Vikran. So we have a pretty decent revenue. We follow a subscription-based model. All the companies do. We promise them fast, efficient, and fully automatic segregation solution, and in return they give us a subscription fee that is charged from them monthly. A lot of brand-specific data, recovery data is generated throughout in our system. That can be returned back to the producer companies, which can further economic sustainability growth. Also, the traction we have raised is very encouraging. We have already signed MOUs with major players in the waste management sector, ensuring availability of unlimited ground zero data. Data is very integral part of our systems, so we have fixed for that. We have entered into a joint venture with SAS Zero Waste, which is one of the more prolific player in waste management sector in southern India, which has more than 10 locations throughout the country. SAS as a client, but also potentially its network as a client, as it is joint venture. Also, of NVIDIA's Inception program, which gives us $100,000 worth of free AWS compute, thus solving the problem of our team has a total of 16 years of combined experience in computer vision and machine learning. We also have have experience in developing and taking tech products to the market. Also, how the company's future looks will be told by Vaibhav.
Yeah, thank you, Jasdeep. Sure that this packet lands in its rightful place, which is, by the way, not the landfills. We have started the development of our very first unit in Bengaluru, and will deliver team. We also plan to replicate 6 such units at 6 different locations across the country. As far as food goods tracking is considered, we are already in talks with major FMCGs, and we will enter into an agreeable terms by the end of this year. So,
Questions?
Oh, yeah. I saw your video. Typically, what you are doing vision where you are trying to classify basis on the object. There is, I mean, what AI you are using across, and what are your models in terms of AI?
Convolutional neural networks model that are core part of artificial intelligence and machine learning. So we train our models using that are motion neural networks, and then out of those we classify the waste, which is then picked up by a robotic segregator that we also have.
Look into your, sorry, you don't have follow-up.
Okay. Anybody else, or Anuj?
Hi, sorry. So one quick question. So you're looking at charging the producer companies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who will produce and supply it pan-India, but you will have your centers at certain parts. So how will you generate revenue from there?
So it's management companies are spread it all across India. So let's take example of SAHAS. So SAHAS availability across 10 cities, and they are also in partnership with municipalities. So all we need to do is system at all these facilities, so they can have like a track all the wastage pattern we have across all these small municipalities and also across big material recovery facilities. This can give us like a holistic overview of how much you are plastic entering into the market and how much is
what is the consumption of the plastic?
Anybody else? Yeah.
So typically across one center, one machine, you said your small machine, what is the waste coming into this one center, and how much will you be able to segregate?
See, currently at one of the SAHAS, we have like 20 to 30 tons of waste that is coming every day. Every day, 20 to 30 tons of waste they are processing every day, and out of which at least 5 to 6 tons. So that is based the most on which the producers company means they will be looking at.
Yeah, Aryan, go.
Do you have any around this yet?
See, we have all the mechanical design segregated because what we are targeting is a waste management industry. So these are not a huge amount of money for CapExes. So we have come up with our own designs. So we have like this is up to 60 picks per minute, and that is we are actually filing for a patent also. So it is able to generate that much in only around 8 lakhs of CapEx, as current model which is coming around 25 lakhs INR. So what we are targeting is low CapEx but a sustainable SaaS model.
Yeah, you have time. Sanjay, you wanted to ask some?
Yeah, so on your robotic side of it, the way you have designed across is the hand putting it into it.
Yes.
The machines which are available typically across those waste segregated on the bins on the either side. Model seems to be a little flawed in terms of the hand picking up from the robotic side.
The system, the same segregation is happening manually. So you have a conveyor system, 20 pin, and they are doing this in a very hazardous environment. What we are doing is the same thing very fast and throughout 24 hours of operation.
And the robotic systems are very efficient. The Delta robots and the Gentries, they are about 3 picks per minute in that sort of ranges.
All right, the time is up. Who's interested in participating? Sanjay, let me start with you. Okay, so it's a thumbs down from Sanjay. Anuj? Okay. Vivek, down? All right. So unfortunately, you've not been able to, get a thumbs up from our investors here. But don't lose heart. You've got a rulers. We've got 3 more days, 2 more days coming up. Yeah. So all the very best, Wing Labs. Thank you so much. Round of applause for Wing Labs. All right, so moving on. If you're looking to generate unique graphic campaigns, ads, website banners, and all of this in 1/100th of the cost, the time and cost, our next startup will surely interest you. Hello CV is a generative tool that generates unique designs, and all you need to do is give it a piece of your content, target audience, and purpose. Now, the valuation of the company is at 9 crore rupees, and the funding they're asking is for 75 lakh. So please welcome on stage founder of Hello CV, Ram Ganesan. Ram, your time starts now.
Yeah, sure. Hello, everyone. I'm Ram, CEO of Hello CV. Hello CV is a generative graphic design tool. If you give a piece of target demography, it generates graphics for you, which you can use pretty much on your banners, category banners, and so on. So let's see what's the problem we are trying. Businesses are using template-based design tools like Canva, Adobe, which is very time-consuming, and also it's stopped creative velocity to push their A/B testing, right? So that's the problem they are facing today. That's the reason why 96% of business users are starting from scratch instead of using templates. So the template-based designs are actually unoriginal and irrelevant. So how we are solving this? Hello CV generates hundreds of designs in a fraction of a second, which means it's generating in 1/100th of cost and time, right? So that's how we do it. And here are some of the example designs. And of course, we are working on it to improve it, product refinement stage, and we are working on it to make it work much larger audience and for a retail as a segment first. The market today, it's around 34 billion euro from Europe for graphic design alone, and $15 billion from US. So 5% of designs can be generated. So which can be our market size? That's our vision right now to price. And regarding the pricing model, we want to keep it very simple. We are doing a pay-as-you-go model and charging $2 per download, but they can generate unlimited number of designs. So that's our pricing model. And with respect, we are a team of 6 people. It's a good combination of design, engineering, and data science. I have 14 years of experience in building software products. I have built a company in US before, and I have raised funds from institutional and angel investors. We've acquired customers across the globe, including some of the top 500 retailers like Rue21, Full Beauty, and in India, Myntra, and so on. So I believe I'll be able to them with the relationships established because they have this problem acute. So that's the plan. With respect to the stage, as I mentioned before, it's a 14 months old company, and we are building this with a pretty good user testing as of now. And we are looking at in 3 months, we are going ahead with at our 500 retailers, and we'll be looking at 6K e-commerce, which is in our network. And at this stage, we are looking at 75 lakhs of at a 9 crore valuation. Since we are pre-revenue, it's not a scientific calculations. And with respect to the use of funds, we'll be using it for product marketing. And we are democratizing the design, making the design open, even a small SMBs to a large businesses. And we believe we are a good team to make this thing happen. And I would love to give you a demo if anyone is interested on.
Fine. Well in time. So, investors' questions, who would want to go first? Vivek?
Just walk us through what exactly is happening about creating the templates and everything. I mean, what's the algorithm? What's the technology that's happening out there?
So, you give a piece of content. When I say content, content can be an image and also text. Text has so much semantics to it. When you write an offer, the design will look like is very different from a design of an, let's say, a title, right? So semantics of the text, what you're giving in, and we try to generate it. That is one project. And number 2, let's say you come up with an image, right? Let's say you download an image from Unsplash, open stock places. You will have an image, and we do a computer vision using our understand what is the right place to keep that content in that image. These are the 2 pieces which we use. Let's say AI is a buzzword. We use a lot of data science to do this, and we have more styles to generate. So that's the background.
So is this going to be or a B2C play? And if it is going to be a B2C, is like all over. Like how is this going to compete with Canva?
Yeah, fantastic question. Canva is a design editing tool. So for instance, let's say you start with a template. Your content and your image, it's become undesigned again. So you have to design again, design knowledge and expertise. So what we are proposing here is a design generation tool than an editing tool. Very different solution for the same problem. I believe like Canva's direction is very different. It might take a little more time to come to this. They are already making a lot of money in their current direction. I'm not sure they will come back to this direction very quickly.
So if Canva is making money, which means it is solving a problem,
Sure.
the same problem. Why,
Sure.
why do you are going to move towards your kind of solution?
Yeah, so for instance, let's say you take business, B2B business, which is generating hundreds of designs today. Cycle for a designer is 4 hours to generate one design. In Canva, they have, right? All they have done is that. So what I'm trying to propose here is generate hundreds of designs in the same time, which is a much of a creative value, the creative velocity of that business.
All right.
So I believe that's the difference.
So-
Ankit.
So basically, you mentioned Myntra, for example, or even when I look at Dine-Out, we're a marketplace where we work with different vendors. Now, for a restaurant, let's say, if I have to do a lot of marketing, I cannot use stock, right? Images or text offer. So if I have to run a 50% or 30% offer at a restaurant, I want it to be customized according to the restaurant basis, some shots that I've taken or interiors of food. Now, in a model like this, it all looks the same. Doesn't it lose the individuality of it?
Please take this answer, yeah.
So this question is, we are allowing you to upload the content, so the designs on your content, which will look unique when compared to the stocks. When I just gave an example, we are not limited to the stocks. We are generating mood board. Then from the mood board, in the mood board, you're free to update with your logos, with your content, with your image, and so on.
All right. Investors, who's interested? Signs, please. So, thumbs down from Sanjay, thumbs down from Anuj. Well done. You've got says no, but Anuj and Vivek are interested. So I think you guys can take this conversation later.
Thank you.
And anybody in the audience who's interested, kindly raise your hand and stand up. Okay, we've got hands up. NASSCOM team, okay, 3. Wonderful. So I believe one more. Please take down the details of these gentlemen. Congratulations, Ram.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
All right. So next up, TAC Logistics Management Solution, 90 miles straight. The venture flight claims to be the first to provide for virtual co-working of shippers and carrier active technology platform. Now to find out how, welcome the team Snigdha. Also the company valuation is at 8 crores and the funding ask is for 1 crore rupees. Over to you guys.
Yeah. Hello everyone. I'm still presenting 90 miles today, and he is Manu. Okay. So before 90 MIS, I used to work at a manufacturing unit and faced business loss on account of transportation issues. We didn't know where our consignment was. We didn't know what our freight invoices were made up of. We were also not sure what we have and whether we can take strategic decisions on their basis. And we were also kind of stuck with single carrier system because firstly, we didn't have multiple carriers. And secondly, we were not sure whether we can, quality of services multiple carriers can provide. And thirdly, we didn't want to lose on the volume the single carrier provides. And when I looked around, I found that almost every ship industry is facing the same problem. So to have one answer to all, we made this solution of 90 MIS, which is a consolidated as well as affordable as compared to other fragmented and big budget technologies in the market today. So MIS, what we do is we provide technology first to the carrier, bring his services up to the big players in the market, and then connect them to the shippers, so that the shipper does not have to compromise on the quality of services that he. At the same time, he can take advantage of the differentiating skills of the multiple carriers segment. We provide high-tech solution so that they can provide innovative solutions and services to the shippers, and they. What we are doing at 90 MIS is we are trying to build in shippers and carriers and bring in some kind of standardization in $1 Indian transportation industry, of which 80% is still with rapid growth in domestic manufacturing and e-com fulfillment, and heavy consumption in tier 1 and tier 2 cities. Logistics industry in India is poised to grow rapidly, as everybody agrees. So as talking about our revenue generation model, I think is we have decided upon 3 streams of revenue. First would be technology charges. Second would be the marketplace charges, promotional charges. What is unique about our solution is first, we provide technology to both and carriers. And also our 17 functional modules provide complete, right from uploading the purchase to freight order booking, to its execution, to route optimization, real-time invoicing, billing, up to meaningful data analytics. And as this PPT is not playing. Talking about our team, I would say that there's the movie Gajni, okay, which says that मैं कर सकता हूँ, ये मेरा confidence, सिर्फ मैं कर सकता हूँ, ये मेरा overconfidence है. So I'm not saying that anybody couldn't have done it, but we could and we have. The very small and passionate team of 90 MIS believes and they know the opportunity in front of them. So they know how to look at the big picture to detail. We are talking about our projections for the next 12 months. We aim to onboard 100 shippers and 100 carriers and generate a revenue of 8 crores. Ask is 1 CR, and we would be utilizing mostly 80 team expansion, 10% on IT infrastructure and utility, and on marketing and advertisement, and that's on, yeah, office setup.
All right. Investors Q&A. Come on stage.
What's your current revenues right now? Is this product live? Do you have customers? And
So we-
secondly, in terms of your pricing model, is this a SaaS software or how do you, it's a perpetual software? What pricing model?
So the pricing model consists of 3 streams, as I said. One is the technology charges, which is the SaaS solution that you said, and it also has a per transaction cost, transaction of shipment that every consumer, I would say shipper or carrier would make through. And second is the marketplace charge. See, if you are a shipper and you utilize services of a certain carrier, so what you can do with him, it is your business with him. But if you want to use services of any other portal, you will have to pay us premium charges for that.
Do you generate revenues? You didn't answer my question. Do you have customers?
As of now, we have just onboarded 2 customers, and we are charging revenues for the initial free trial we gave them.
All right, Ankit.
Yeah. So my question is very simple. We all understand and we know that this market, especially the carrier market, is very fragmented, right?
It is.
What is in it for this technology? Like, how does it benefit them?
Okay, so I'll just take that question. So just build a middleware technology system, right, which fits in with any of the consumers' enterprise system, as well as gives a platform to the carrier to have or to integrate with them, which they are lagging as of now. So having an end-to-end from starting from the, the procurement of the, sorry?
No, sorry. What I meant is that why would a carrier, if I'm a carrier, why would I want to use, so I'm already doing business, to use technology, if there was such a need, something would have been done. Why would I want to use it? How does it make life, do I make more money? Or
what do you bring to the table,
yeah,
essentially?
so point in here is, as we said, right, we are trying to build an ecosystem or the network of a shipper sitting at one side and side, getting bind with the contract system, right? So they have an option to, pass on the services to the consumer, one side of the.
Yeah, to sum it, actually,
So
I would
it's
say
kind
that
of we are just trying to build the whole system works on a contract system. You build a contract and execute it.
Yeah, to summarize and answer your question, we are providing them technology at an affordable rate. That is why they should come to us. And also, we are providing place. They can have more shippers, more customers. What I was talking about the marketplace
And just
charges.
one more thing here, the kind of services that these giants are providing. I'll just take an example. People, there is only 1 or 2 players, those are providing kind of service, try and buy. These guys do not have an option to get into the e-com domain and provide an option of try and buy. Let's say from the trucking system perspective, the kind of a link or portal these guys are coming into picture, right?
Okay.
If somebody wants to create a consortium and to the consumers.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, you've made your pitch. So 1 crore rupees for about 12.5% stake. Who's in? Thumbs down. All right. So sorry, guys, you've not been able to impress them. But there's a whole room of investors. There are 2 more days to go. All the very best.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, moving on to our fourth startup claims to sort all our lives. Sorted is a system that helps users become more productive by automatically blockification, setting up reminders, and organizing information, documents. The company's valuation rupees and the funding ask is for 2 crore rupees. Please put your hands together for Sneha Anshu Gandhi.
Thanks, Shruti.
Thank you.
Can I have the clicker? Which one's the click? I think this. No, I think this. Great. Hi everyone. I'm Snehanshu Gandhi. I'm founder of. It's a personal assistant that helps you get more focused, more organized, and more productive in your day-to-day life. In a world with information overload, every day we are dealing with hundreds of pieces of information, email, WhatsApp messages, news feed, social media feed, everything. And it's created a whole lot of distractions because all this information is not necessarily useful for you. And in that distraction, losing on important things like a payment reminder or a birthday reminder, or just missing out on information that we wanted to look for right now and struggling to find that, causing a lot of stress, anxiety, and the sense of not being in control. Picture Arjun. He's a 34-year-old guy, works in an MNC, has credit cards, e-commerce shopper, lives with his family, 2 kids, dog, parents. He's got to handle a lot of information for this family, ranging from insurances, vehicle documents, education documents, medical records, to take care of for the family. And most of us just do not have the capacity to handle that kind of information on an ongoing basis. First, try to create a productivity system for ourselves by getting a reminders app or a documents app and create a complex system. And millions of users doing that across the world, not just in India. There are hundreds of millions of Arjuns across the world who are using products like these, Google products. But the problem is we get overwhelmed with all of this because it takes up to organize this information, make that productivity system work for you. A whole lot of is required to do that. And let me be honest, this is a boring, repetitive task, doing organizing work, except for maybe some people. And in this world where just searching everything on Google, we want to search things quickly. We don't want to put the effort to organize. That's where Sorted comes in. It automatically declutters and organizes information for you, documents, notifications, SMSs. It makes it searchable. So you, with one across documents, emails, your screenshots, SMSs, and it makes it actionable. So that information lying there in your Dropbox view. Here we make it actionable by setting up automatic reminders for bill payments, insurance renewals, expiry dates, etc. And make it easy for you to. So far, we've been live for about, so we've had multiple iterations, but we've been actually live for about 3 months, and we've grown rapidly, quadrupling every month. We've reached about 2 users, with 4,400 of them actively using Sorted, more than 40 uploaded, more than 12,000 reminders set up. And since the focus getting more users engaged with the product and being more helpful for them, the revenue models that we look at in future are premium features, which could come in not just as, but some dashboards created for that, could be as a revenue channel. And the other is service facilitation. We just want to organize the information for you. We want to help you manage the computer. So once you get the reminder from Sorted for the insurance renewal, you will be able to renew it from Sorted itself because all that information is lying. Our AI system can identify the policy number, issuer, premium information, etc., and create that facilitation for you. We are a team of 3 members. We did one startup just before this for 4 years in home services space. And Taman looks after tech and Gaurav looks after growth. We are raising 2 crores with a dilution of about 15%. And the target is to use this money to reach more the next 18 months. Yeah, that's about it.
Well in time. Investors, your questions, please.
You talked about reading mails and everything, notification.
Sure.
I'm assuming that's not going to work on iOS.
It would not. We'll have to figure out how all those things work on iOS, but right now we are Android focused.
Secondly, with Google, with its whole suite of products, even you identify that as a risk. Sure. You know? So how do you really look at that?
I mean, all said and done, Google is the biggest challenge or threat for our business because we are also depending on the information that's in the Google, whether Gmail or Android. But we are looking at not just organizing this information, which the Google products are doing, facilitate the whole transaction and make that information useful for the user. Particular set of documents. So if we're talking about personal information, you're not going into work right now. It's other things that you could be doing through Google products. So we are focusing on providing so that the user just doesn't organize it, makes use of that information to do certain things.
The minute I upload my data up,
Sure.
you're as good or as bad as Google. You know everything about me. See.
Great question, and we get that question very often. So all the data that has been uploaded is completely encrypted on our platform. And internally, we have made a conscious call of not looking at that data internally also. And in terms of building that trust is something that we've figured that it will take time for people for all that information. There are third-party certifications that we are looking at to give that comfort to the user that your data is safe with us. But all said and done, we make sure that all that information and making sure it's not.
Would you be able to parse my email and access and use the documents which are part of my email? Because then it saves me.
So that's actually a tech that we've already built. We've tested it on our platform but we right now, so Google has introduced a third-party audit 6 months back. So we've gone to that audit loop, and it's going to cost a bomb more than that done. And what we've heard is about 9 to 10 months to get that through. Held it for now, but that's where we want to go. That after that, you don't have to upload anything.
Just check out Superhuman, and you may want to do that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Arihant, you have a question.
Yeah, what's your client or customer acquisition?
So right now we are in the awareness building part where we are mostly focusing on content marketing and running plain simple about what we are building. The idea eventually is this is a distribution part, and that's where we're looking at building integrations with Gmail or integration that the users will be able to use all of this through WhatsApp itself, or even having partnerships with original document providers. So let's say your insurance gets issued directly to sort of to struggle uploading things and all. And third is build integration OEM itself as a product.
So
I'll do an exception quickly.
Quickly. Something new, right? There have been a lot of companies who've come and done this. Now,
Right.
how is it different? That comes to mind is a company called Haptic. They were trying to do exactly the same for the last 3-4 years. And how is this different from them?
So Haptic was a chatbot where you could book yourself, and so it's that phase where you give an instruction and it does. We are building is one layer further from there that it will learn on its own and help you take some decisions on the information.
All right.
So that's where the difference is.
Funding asks us 2 crore rupees for a 15%. Your decision.
I would like to offer 25 lakhs on an iSafe where it is deferred across for 7%, 25 lakhs. If that's agreeable, I'm in.
I'll probably have to
So
think about it
25
a little
lakhs
more
for
and then come
7%,
back
you're
to you on
saying?
that.
iSafe, so
Yeah.
which is
Okay.
the future valuation. I'm not putting
No,
the
I
value.
understand. I'll think about it and get back to you.
Okay, we've Marihan from Anuj. Okay. Yeah, then please.
25 on Sanjay's terms as well.
Sure.
Okay. So, okay. Congratulations, the second startup interest.
Thank you.
Our final startup of the evening is Static by Sharify Services. Electric vehicle charging ecosystem. Static users can discover public EV charger usage remotely and conveniently. The company's valuation 10 crore rupees and the funding ask is 1 crore. So let's see if this green venture gets some green as well. Please put your hands together for Akshit Bansal. Akshit, over to you.
Hello investors. I'm Akshit Bansal, founder of Static. At Static, we are building a public EV charging ecosystem. So as you all know that a petrol a lot of carbon emissions, right? So what is the next logical step to get into, and what is the logical predecessor to electric cars and electric charging ecosystem? Because without there are no cars, there are no use of the cars in your garage. So that is why we are building Static, and the problems that the EV charging infrastructure now is that EV charging is slow. So for example, an e-Verito, if you charge it at around 12 hours to charge that, which is impractical. And so the other problem is that there's no billing usage, there's no billing details, there's no usage details, what have you charge your vehicles. There's none of that. The third problem is that there's range anxiety between EV users. So there's hardly any range. For example, an e-Verito has 120 kilometers of range, and MG ZS has a 300 kilometers of range. So the idea is that the charger should be placed everywhere. What we're doing is, our solution is that we have built our own chargers, and we have various parking places, for example, shopping malls, work, hotels, restaurants. So the idea is that people can go do whatever and charge their vehicle simultaneously. So what we have done is we have built our own chargers, build a mobile application for it through which users can discover the charger, boost or not, and pay for the usage. And then we have also built the charging solution for it as well. So it connects everything on the cloud. So this is the market. So according to Forbes, the global EV charging market will be around $27.6 billion, and India is expected to be third largest EV market. And charging infrastructure is required, right? Yeah, so is that, so what we are also doing is we are also aggregating platforms so that users get a common platform to discover and book charge. The business model is that we offer a subscription model for 2,000 rupees, 2,000. So users with that subscription can go find our charges anywhere in the market, just charge their vehicles. And since it's a very nascent market, so what we are also doing, all the other tech that we have developed, so we are monetizing our chargers, we are selling it to infrastructure. Development has also mandated, for example, Delhi government has mandated of parking space to be reserved for EV charging. So we are selling our chargers to infrastructure developers. We are doing pilot for some of the developers in Delhi. And then we also sessions that we have developed to other charge point operators or other OEMs which have developed their own hardware. So our potential customers include personal EV owners, fleets which have electric vehicles, for example, Blue Smart or say lithium, developers and governments. So governments are also setting up their chargers, so they are our potential customers. We are the right team for this because we have domain expertise. I am an electrical engineer and I have worked in the respective field before. And my co-founder heads the IT team. So what we ask rupees at a valuation of 10 crore, and how we'll use this is we'll use our money to place chargers and build it to put 250 chargers by the year end. And yeah.
Investors' questions. You want to go first?
Yeah, so the first question I have, so what is the cost of building this charger and deploying as well? Okay. And ultimately, who controls or who does someone pay you? Populism is a huge threat in India, right?
Correct.
So how do you safeguard against?
So the cost of building the charge, there are many chargers that we have built. It is our main charger. So it takes to build that charger. And what we do is there are two models. Either we for free for infrastructure developers, and then they take care of it and they give us the space. Or the other model is that the infrastructure developer or the property owner buys the charger, it's his responsibility.
All the vehicles would have different mechanism. How do you solve the of it?
No, actually the connector is a standard connector that the government has. So it's common for four-wheelers, then two-wheelers have a different setting, and then three-wheelers, but
So
common
this,
for...
right now your focus is four-wheelers.
No, we are also doing e-rickshaws as well. We are starting to get into two-wheelers.
All right. Arihant, you had a question.
Yeah, and just what are the regulatory, or what is the regulatory framework around what thing apply, or software is kind of excluded from that?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
I said what work around what you're doing. Does the software for the infrastructure come under guidance or
Any regulatory concern regarding
Okay, no. So then right now, and there are not any regulatory concerns. Also that which the government had, which was regulated, resell electricity. So the government has reduced that as well. So anyone can resell electricity too for EV chargers, so they can, without any license.
Anybody else? Any more questions? All right, so audience members, anybody interested, and then stand up. All right, so our team members from NASSCOM will know and get in touch with him. So I think we can straight up, thumbs up, thumbs down, okay?
Have same 25 lakhs
Okay.
on iSafe,
Okay.
7% at 100x.
Okay,
So
so-
I'm in, kind of.
So it was essentially 1% stake. He
Yeah.
says 7%, 25 lakhs, iSafe. Everybody else is all right. So you've got
We'll get
one.
back to you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So with that, the end of this session, and we've 3 startups, Hello CV, Sorted, AI, and of course Static received some investor interest. A huge round of applause for all the 5 startups. Thank you, investors, and all the audience members. You were a fabulous audience. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Jury, I'm going to ask you to step up on stage, and I'm going to ask you to stay back. Jury on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please a huge round of applause for the first time ever battlefield that played out here, and not too bad. Interesting ideas, interesting stuff. Thank you, jury. I'm going to request you to hand over tokens of our appreciation to each.
Vivek.
Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause for closure of day 1 with this sad.
Thank you, Sanjay. Give me 2 back there. Sharihan for joining us.
And thank you, Shruti,
Thank you,
for
Ankit.
moderating, curating.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you so much.